what we specialise in is custom sustainable homes, designing and building. I come from a military background. I did 35 years in the army, and when my wife had decided that we'd had enough, my passion was for sustainable building. I'd been overseas to many third world countries, developed a lot of buildings and the like for the Aboriginal community under the Aboriginal Community Assistance Program, and I've been involved in clearing mines and those sort of things in some third world or war affected countries. So I had a passion for sustainable and building as such, and that's what led us to where we are today. Although I came from a background, a military background, military construction background, things like marketing and management were all done by others. And starting a small business with my two sons meant that we were doing everything, and I'd never had exposure to marketing or those sort of aspects. So that was a real eye opener to me of how we would achieve that. And being in a small country town, initially word of mouth was enough to get by. But as we've started to grow and build more houses, clearly that market is going to be too small for us. So we needed to expand, and we were looking at where we would get the information to grow. And we came across APB, and from there we've started to develop our practices. So we've got a 4-year plan to get from where we are to me getting out of the business, and we saw the APB model as a way to get there. I found APB through doing a wealth of web research. We knew we needed something, but I didn't know what it was that we needed to go to the next step. As I was searching around, there were plenty of things on marketing and plenty of guides on how to grow business and those sort of things, but nothing specifically for builders. And I came across APB a couple of times while doing my research, and then magically it popped up on Facebook as well. And from there, I followed my research and looked into the company, found what I could on reviews to see that it was reputable, and I couldn't find anything or anybody that said a bad word. And certainly I found since joining APB that the training is focused, it's relevant, and very easy for us and my two sons to take part in. The big wins that we've got so far is really on the marketing and understanding where we're going and spending our marketing dollar. It's still early in the piece for us. As I mentioned, we've got a 4-year plan to get where we're going, and we are in a small country town and trying to expand. So linking in the concepts that through, and then pulling together the things like Co-Construct and Acris Keep in Touch to try and get a model that actually works for us has been a big win so far. And certainly our clients are finding that that Co-Construct is working very well for them. Keep in Touch, we're starting to get leads coming in, but we really have we're just about to launch our webpage. So we should see some gains in that as well. But even without the webpage and our Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram, they're all ready to launch as of pretty much yesterday. So those things are going ahead, and we should see even more improvements over the next month or so. So how has APB impacted the business as a whole? Really, it's changed the outlook that I certainly had as the business owner, and our understanding of pricing and modelling. So pricing for profit was a bit of an eye opener. We'd been intuitively doing something similar, but not from a model that was so easy to explain and work with. And then the processes that go with it. Again, we coming from a military background, I had standard operating procedures and those sort of things, but they were very much based on captive market. If I needed money, I'd go to the government, or if I need resources, I'd ask for somebody to provide them. Whereas going into the open market and working for myself, I found that I needed some guidance in where to go and improve those things. So they've really impacted the most on the business, and also being able to benchmark against what's happening outside means that I don't feel like I'm out there alone anymore, battling in the world, because I can actually sit there and go, well, we're not doing too bad. And these are areas where we can improve. So I think, if it's one of those things that, if it's, something that you walk past, it's something you'd accept. But if you know what you're looking for and you can measure it, then you can improve it. So that's where the improvements have been for us so far. Would I recommend the Association of Professional Builders to someone in a similar position to us, or a building company that is in a similar market? Well, certainly I would. It would, without a doubt, it gives you a template for success. So if you're following that template, it will allow you to set your goals, put it alongside your business plan, and use that as a model. Certainly, APB in itself is not a substitute for a good and solid business plan, or a marketing plan, but it gives you that framework to enable you to build and adjust, and then gives you the metrics that you can measure your performance by to see if you're actually achieving your goals. So if I was me starting out again 5 years ago, I wish I'd had that advice then, as opposed to where we are now.